Boston is a melting pot of different races and ethnicities. This means a wider variety of different hair types, textures, and colors. You would think that since 52.24% of Boston's population comes from an ethnic group, there would be more hair salons treating textured hair. Wrong. The blue dots on the map show hair salons. No mentions of any ethnic services. And the red dots are salons catering to textured hair or offer any type of textured services. Today we are checking out Clementine Hair Studio, as Emily walks us through the treatment of curly hair.
You're cutting curly hair. Every curl sits at a different position on the head, so some curls are a lot tighter, some curls are a lot looser. When you're cutting straight hair, it all kind of sits at the same level, so it's something to take into account. When cutting curly hair, you have to be aware of the tension. You have to be aware that every curl is sitting kind of in a different position. So I like to ask clients to come in with clean, dry hair usually. And I'll sit them down. I'll kind of open up the hair a little bit and see what I'm working with. A lot of times clients will have different textures all over their head. So some clients will have hair that's curlier on the bottom and straighter on the top. So that's something I'll take into account as well. But yeah, usually it's best for clients to come in with clean, dry hair with whatever styling products that they use normally, so that I can best assess what their hair looks like when they style it on their own. It's usually 90 minutes. And I'll have the clients sit and I'll assess their hair. I'll have them tell me their process, what they usually do in terms of styling it, how often they're washing it, what products they're using. And then after that, I'll go in and I'll usually dry cut it, and then I'll bring them to the sink. I'll do a pretty good cleanse, and then I'll do a nice conditioner, and after that, I will set their curl, and I'll sit them under a dryer usually, just to leave it undisturbed to dry so it minimizes frizz, and then I'll usually go in and do a second cut and adjust anything once I see how the curls have set. Your hair is pretty low porosity, so
That's actually great to know. Thank you.
yeah, I think it's less that it's dry and more that you have low. Get regular trims for sure. I see a lot of clients who will come to me pretty infrequently, and what happens is once the hair sheds, I mean your hair always sheds, and after it sheds after a certain point, the ends will get very wispy. A lot of clients like to, grow their hair out, but trimming your hair regularly will actually help it grow longer, because you won't get those wispy pieces at the ends. So regular trims are like a number one, I think. And also keeping your hair moisturized, especially in the cold weather. When you're shampooing, focus on your scalp. Don't focus on your ends.
Yeah.
Because it's just not necessary to do.
Curly hair is expensive. 20.7% of people with textured hair spend over 25% of their monthly paycheck on hair. For reference, the average monthly paycheck in Boston is $6,480. They pay $1,620 per month on their hair. That's close to the price of rent.
I think, honestly, finding a salon that can take care of my hair at a reasonable price is pretty hard. Me personally, I'm from New Jersey, and I grew up there, and I lived there for 18 years. But so because of that, I had a reliable stylist that I would go to regularly that would take care of my hair. But ever since I moved to Boston, especially because city prices in general are expensive, but I feel like going to more upscale salons or like reasonable places here that just know how to work with curly hair tend to be very difficult to find in terms of affordability, especially. So I would say that is the hardest thing. There was one time I actually had a really bad salon experience. And it was actually because the stylist recommended that I get my hair permanently straightened, just because she was like, I understand that having curly hair can be hard to deal with. And I will say, like, there is stigma around curly hair in terms of, like, it's difficult to maintain and, certain things like that, which can tend to be true. But I feel like that once you kind of understand how it works and how to take care of yourself, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. And I will say that I actually, at that age, I didn't go through with the recommendation, thank God. But thinking back on it now, it's just kind of crazy to me that someone would even recommend that to a child, Like, that feels like an extreme step, instead of, telling them to embrace their curly hair.